Welcome to Daily News International. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, Henry Charles Albert David, born the 15th of September 1984, is a member of the British royal family. He is the younger son of King Charles III and his first wife Diana, Princess of Wales. He is fifth in the line of succession to the British throne. Harry was educated at Wetherby School, Ludgrove School, and Eton College. He spent parts of his gap year in Australia and Lesotho, then underwent officer training at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst. He was commissioned as a cornet into the Blues and Royals, serving temporarily with his brother William, and completed training as a troop leader. In 2007 to 2008, he served for over 10 weeks in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. He returned to Afghanistan for a 20-week deployment in 2012 to 2013 with the Army Air Corps. In June 2015, he resigned from the Army. Harry launched the Invictus Games in 2014 and remains the patron of its foundation. He also gives patronage to several other organizations, including the Halo Trust and Walking with the Wounded. To encourage people to open up about their mental health issues, Harry, alongside his brother and sister-in-law Catherine, initiated the Mental Health Awareness Campaign Heads Together in April 2016 and 2018. Harry was made Duke of Sussex prior to his wedding to American actress Meghan Markle. They have two children, Archie and Lilibet Mountbatten-Windsor. In January 2020, the couple stepped down as senior members of the royal family and moved to the Duchess's native Southern California. In October 2020, they launched Archuel Inc., an American public organization that focuses on nonprofit activities and creative media ventures. Together with his wife, Harry also sat down for a much-publicized interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021, with whom he also produced the mental health documentary series The Me You Can't See. Early life. Prince Harry was born in the Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital in Paddington, London, on the 15th of September 1984 at 4:20 p.m. As the second child of the Prince of Wales and his first wife, Diana, Princess of Wales. He was christened Henry Charles Albert David on the 21st of December 1984 at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Robert Runcie. Growing up, he was referred to as Harry by family, friends, and the public. Harry and his elder brother, William, were raised at Kensington Palace in London and Highgrove House in Gloucestershire. Diana wanted him and his brother to have a broader range of experiences and a better understanding of ordinary life than previous royal children. She took them to venues that ranged from Walt Disney World and McDonald's to AIDS clinics and homeless shelters. He began accompanying his parents on official visits at an early age. His first overseas tour was with his parents to Italy in 1985. He also traveled with his family to Canada in 1991 and 1998. Harry's parents divorced in 1996. His mother died in a car crash in Paris the following year. Harry and William were staying with their father at Balmoral at the time, and the Prince of Wales told his sons about their mother's death. At his mother's funeral, Harry, then aged 12, accompanied his father, brother, paternal grandfather Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and maternal uncle in walking behind the funeral cortege from Kensington Palace to Westminster Abbey. Training and education. Like his father and brother, Harry was educated at independent schools. He started at London's Jane Minors Nursery School and the pre-preparatory Wetherby School. Following this, he attended Ludgrove School in Berkshire. After passing entrance exams, he was admitted to Eton College. The decision to place Harry at Eton went against the past practice of the Mountbatten-Windsors to send children to Gordonstown, which Harry's grandfather, father, two uncles, and two cousins had attended. It did, however, see Harry follow in his older brother's footsteps and the Spencer families, as both Diana's father and brother attended Eton. As was the case with his brother, the royal family and the tabloid press agreed Harry would be allowed to study free from intrusion in exchange for occasional photograph opportunities in what became known as the Pressure Cooker Agreement. In June 2003, Harry completed his education at Eton with 2 A-levels, achieving a grade B in art and D in geography, having decided to drop history of art after his level. He has been described as a top-tier athlete, having played competitive polo and rugby union. One of his former teachers, Sarah Forsyth, has asserted that he was a weak student and that staff at Eton conspired to help him cheat on examinations. Both Eton and Harry denied the claims, while a tribunal made no ruling on the cheating claim. It accepted the prince had received help in preparing his A-level expressive project, which he needed to pass to secure his place at Sandhurst. Harry also joined the combined cadet force while studying at Eton and was made cadet officer in his final year, leading the corps annual parade at the Eton Tattoo. After school, Harry took a gap year, during which he spent time in Australia working as a jackaroo on a cattle station and participating in the Young England vs Young Australia polo test match. He also traveled to Lesotho, where he worked with orphan children and produced the documentary film The Forgotten Kingdom. Personal life. Chelsea Davy, the daughter of Zimbabwean, South Africa-based businessman Charles Davy, was referred to as Harry's girlfriend in an interview conducted for his 21st birthday. And Harry said he would love to tell everyone how amazing she is, but once I start talking about that, I have left myself open. There is truth and there is lies, and unfortunately I cannot get the truth across. Davy was present when Harry received his Operational Service Medal for Afghanistan, and also attended his graduation ceremony, when he received his flying wings from his father. In early 2009, it was reported the pair had parted ways after a relationship that had lasted for 5 years. In May 2012, Harry's cousin Princess Eugenie introduced him to Cressida Bonas, an actress and model who is the granddaughter of Edward Curzon, 6th Earl Howe. On the 30th of April 2014, it was reported that the couple had parted amicably. In July 2016, Prince Harry began a relationship with American actress Meghan Markle. In November, the prince directed his communications secretary to release a statement on his behalf to express personal concern about pejorative and false comments made about his girlfriend by mainstream media and internet trolls. In September 2017, Prince Harry and Markle first appeared together in public at the Invictus Games in Toronto. Their engagement was announced on the 27th of November 2017 by Harry's father, Prince Charles. The announcement prompted generally positive comments about having a mixed-race person as a member of the royal family, especially in regard to Commonwealth countries with populations of blended or native ancestry. On the 19th of May 2018, the marriage ceremony was held at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. The couple later revealed in the 2021 television interview Oprah with Meghan and Harry that, 3 days prior to the ceremony, they had privately exchanged vows in their garden, in the presence of the Archbishop of Canterbury. However, this earlier exchange of vows was not an official religious or legally recognized marriage. It was reportedly agreed in advance that excess funds generated from the BBC broadcast of the wedding ceremony would go to a charity chosen by the newlywed couple. In April 2020, Feeding Britain was nominated to receive £90,000 from the BBC. The Duke and Duchess initially lived at Nottingham Cottage in London, on the grounds of Kensington Palace. They then moved to Frogmore Cottage in the home park of Windsor Castle. The Crown Estate refurbished the cottage at a cost of £2.4 million, paid out of the sovereign grant, with the Duke later reimbursing expenses beyond restoration and ordinary maintenance. On the 6th of May 2019, the Duke and Duchess's son Archie Mountbatten Windsor was born. Their office was moved to Buckingham Palace and officially closed on the 31st of March 2020 when the Sussexes ceased undertaking official engagements in support of the Queen. After some months in Canada and the United States, the couple bought a house in June 2020 on the former estate of Riven Rock in Montecito, California, where they own a chicken coop with hens rescued from a factory farm. The next month, the Duchess suffered a miscarriage. On the 4th of June 2021, their daughter Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor was born. The Duke and Duchess own a Labrador named Pula and 2 beagles named Guy and Mamma Mia, respectively. Harry is godfather to 5 or 6 children, including the daughters of Major Nicholas Van Cutsum, the son of Hugh Van Cutsum, and Jake Warren, his mother's godson, whose father is the Queen's horse racing manager. He became godfather to Charlie Van Straubenzie's firstborn daughter in May 2020. At the time of the announcement of Harry and Meghan's decision to step back as senior members of the royal family in 2020, 95% of the couple's income derived from the £2.3 million given to them annually by Harry's father, Charles, as part of his income from the Duchy of Cornwall. Harry and his brother William inherited the bulk of the £12.9 million left by their mother on their respective 30th birthdays, a figure that had grown since her 1997 death to £10 million each in 2014. In 2002, The Times reported that Harry would also share with his brother a payment of £4.9 million from trust funds established by their great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, on their respective 21st birthdays, and would share a payment of £8 million upon their respective 40th birthdays. It was reported that Harry would inherit the bulk of the money left by the Queen Mother for the 2 brothers, as William is set to ascend to the throne, which will bring him more financial benefits. Harry's personal wealth was estimated at £30 million by the Daily Telegraph in 2020. In 2014, Harry and William inherited their mother's wedding dress along with many other of her personal possessions, including dresses, diamond tiaras, jewels, letters, and paintings. The brothers also received the original lyrics and score of Candle in the Wind by Bernie T. Taupin, and Elton John is performed by John at Diana's funeral. Army service. Harry entered the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst on the 8th of May 2005, where he was known as Officer Cadet Wales, and joined a lambing company. In April 2006, Harry completed his officer training and was commissioned as a cornet in the Blues and Royals, a regiment of the Household Cavalry in the British Army. On the 13th of April 2008, when he reached 2 years seniority, Harry was promoted to lieutenant. In 2006, it was announced that Harry's unit was scheduled to be deployed in Iraq the following year. A public debate ensued as to whether he should serve there. In April 2006, the Ministry of Defense announced that Harry would be shielded from the front line if his unit was sent to war, with a spokeswoman stating that he was expected to undertake the fullest range of deployments. But his role needed to be monitored, as his overt presence might attract additional attention that would put him or those he commanded at risk. Defense Secretary John Reed said that he should be allowed to serve on the front line of battle zones. Harry agreed, saying, "If they said no, you can't go front line, then I wouldn't drag my sorry ass through Sandhurst, and I wouldn't be where I am now." The Ministry of Defense and Clarence House made a joint announcement on the 22nd of February 2007. That Harry would be deployed with his regiment to Iraq as part of the 1st Mechanized Brigade of the 3rd Mechanized Division, a move supported by Harry, who had stated that he would leave the army if he was told to remain in safety while his regiment went to war. Donations and more. In 2006, he was in Lesotho to visit Mansay's children's home near Mohelshoek, which he first toured in 2004. Along with Prince Siaizo of Lesotho, he launched Centibale, the Prince's Fund for Lesotho, a charity to aid children orphaned by HIV or AIDS. He has granted his patronage to organizations including Well Child, Dolan Cymru, Map Action, and the London Marathon Charitable Trust. He stepped down from Map Action in 2019 and the London Marathon Charitable Trust in 2021. In 2007, William and Harry organized the Concert for Diana, in memory of their mother, which benefited the charities and patronages of Diana, William, and Harry. In October 2008, Harry and his brother embarked on the 1,000-mile 8-day Enduro Africa motorbike ride across South Africa to raise money for Centibale, UNICEF, and the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. In September 2009, William and Harry set up the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry to enable the princes to take forward their charitable ambitions. Harry left the charity in June 2019. In December 2017, Harry guest-edited BBC Radio 4's Today program, conducting interviews with his father, the Prince of Wales, former US President Barack Obama, others on issues such as youth violence, the armed forces, mental health, the Commonwealth, conservation, and the environment. On the 27th of December 2017, Harry was officially appointed the new president of African Parks, a conservation and go. He previously spent 3 weeks in Malawi with African Parks, where he joined a team of volunteers and professionals to carry out one of the largest elephant translocations in history. The effort to repopulate areas decimated due to poaching and habitat loss moved 500 elephants from Leewand and Majit National Parks to Nkhotakota Wildlife Reserve. Harry had previously helped with relocating rhinos in the Okavango Delta and later became patron of the Rhino Conservation Botswana. In July 2018, the Elton John AIDS Foundation announced that the Duke of Sussex and British singer Elton John were about to launch a global coalition called Men Star that would focus on treating HIV infections in men. In September 2021, together with First Lady Jill Biden, he hosted a virtual event for the Warrior Games, which were cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In the same month, Harry and Meghan spoke again in support of vaccine equity at the Global Citizen Live concert. In October 2021, he spoke against oil drilling in the Okavango River in an op-ed for the Washington Post. In the same month and ahead of the 2021 G20 Rome Summit, Harry and his wife penned an open letter together with the Director General of the World Health Organization Tedros Adhanom, asking the G20 leaders to expedite efforts for the global distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. In January 2022, and following criticism aimed at Spotify for their handling of COVID-19 misinformation, Harry and Meghan made an announcement stating that since April 2021 they had begun expressing concerns about the issue on the platform. In March 2022, they were among more than 100 people who signed an open letter published by the People's Vaccine Alliance, asking for free global access to COVID-19 vaccines and calling out the UK, EU and Switzerland for opposing a waiver that would allow vaccine intellectual property protections to be lifted. In April 2022, and in a video featuring Rhys Darby and Dave Fane on Maori television, Harry launched an eco-travel campaign through his non-profit Travelist. encouraging people to travel sustainably. In August 2022, Harry traveled to Africa in his role as president of African Parks to welcome a gathering of a group of U.S. officials, conservationists, and philanthropists as they tour protected wildlife and nature areas. Public image. In his youth, Harry earned a reputation for being rebellious, leading the tabloid press to label him a wild child. At the age of 17, he was seen smoking cannabis, drinking underage with friends, and clashing physically with paparazzi outside nightclubs. In early 2005, he was photographed at a colonial and native-themed costume party in Wiltshire wearing a Nazi German Afrika Korps uniform with a swastika armband. He later issued a public statement apologizing for his behavior. In an interview for his 21st birthday, he stated that it was a very stupid thing to do and I've learnt my lesson. In January 2005, in response to an inquiry about his Zimbabwean girlfriend Chelsea Davy, Harry responded, "She's not black or anything, you know." In January 2009, the British tabloid, The News of the World, revealed a video made by Harry 3 years earlier in which he referred to a Pakistani fellow officer cadet as "our little Paki friend" and called a soldier wearing a camouflage hood a raghead. These terms were described by the leader of the opposition at the time, David Cameron, as unacceptable, and by the Daily Telegraph as racist. A British Muslim youth organization called Harry a thug. Further extracts showed him telling a comrade "I love you" before giving him a kiss on the cheek and licking his face, and asking another whether he felt gay, queer, or on the side. He was also filmed pretending to have a call with his grandmother, stating, "I've got to go, send my love to the corgis and grandpa, God save you." Clarence House immediately issued an apology from Harry, who stated that no malice was intended in his remarks. In the same year, British stand-up comedian Stephen K. Amos alleged that after a stand-up show for the Prince of Wales's 60th birthday celebrations in November 2008, Harry had commented on his performance by saying, "You don't sound like a black chap," though he hoped that the remarks were made in jest. Biography. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, forward, in Connaughton, Chris, Hospital by the Hill. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, spare, Penguin Random House. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification icon to stay up to date what is happening around you. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.